I know how this sounds. Faking your own death isn't something a sane person does for fun. But when you've spent years surrounded by people who smile at your face and sharpen knives behind your back, it starts to feel like the only way to know the truth. My name doesn't matter. Let's just say I used to have everything: money, friends, a fiancé who called me her forever. Until I overheard her one night, whispering to someone on the phone, "He's too weak to leave me, but too rich to lose." That line replayed in my head for months. And that's when the idea was born: if I disappeared, would anyone actually miss me, or just what I gave them? I planned it down to the detail. A boating accident off the Amalfi Coast. No body found, just enough wreckage to make it believable. I paid a fisherman to discover my wallet and watch days later. Within a week, the news spread: tech investor presumed dead after tragic accident. I watched it all unfold from a cheap apartment under a new name. At first, the guilt was worse than I imagined. Seeing my mother sob on TV, my friends post heartfelt tributes, it felt like attending my own funeral. But I told myself, you wanted the truth, now watch. 3 days later, my fiancée, Clara, posted a video crying about how love never dies. The next week, she was photographed at a restaurant with my business partner. By week 2, she'd moved into my house. By month 1, she was wearing my ring, not as a memory, but as a trophy. The man I'd trusted with everything, and the woman I thought I'd marry. They didn't just move on. They celebrated. That's when something inside me cracked. I didn't want revenge. I wanted answers. So I went back, not as myself, but as someone else. New haircut, new identity. I told Clara I was writing a book about grief and wanted to interview her about losing her fiancé. She smiled, that same soft, perfect smile, and said, he wasn't who I thought he was anyway. Then she laughed. That laugh was the sound of everything I'd built shattering for good. After the interview, I went to see my mother. She lived alone now, smaller house, tired eyes. When I knocked on her door, she looked right through me, until I said, "Mom, it's me." She didn't scream. She didn't faint. She just pulled me in and said, "I knew you'd come back." A mother always knows when her child's heart is still beating. And that broke me completely. I told her everything: the plan, the lies, the betrayal. She listened in silence, then whispered, "You didn't lose love, sweetheart. You just learned who was pretending." She was right. In trying to test love, I destroyed the version of it I thought I knew. Now, I live quietly. No spotlight, no staged affection, just my mother, a small town, and peace that doesn't need to prove itself. When I faked my death, I thought I'd expose others. But the truth, it exposed me.